Over 500 years ago, Europeans forcibly transported people from Africa to work in North America. It is known as the Transatlantic slave trade, and it was the start of a sad chapter in the 13 colonies. Many of the first Africans who arrived in the colonies were from West Africa. They crossed the Atlantic Ocean in crowded ships where many people got sick from diseases and died. At first, they were treated as indentured servants who had to work for a certain number of years in exchange for their freedom. They worked hard, hoping for a better life, and even got land to farm, build homes, and help the colonies grow. But as time went on, and more workers were needed, leaders made laws that allowed for slavery. Africans brought to the colonies became enslaved and sold. Their families were often torn apart because family members were sold to different landowners with little hope of seeing each other again. Many were forced to labor in fields, and others worked in homes, all under strict rules known as slave codes. These enslaved people had no rights and couldn't own anything, not even the clothes they wore. Despite these hard times, enslaved Africans found ways to resist. They used songs and other methods to secretly share their feelings and keep their cultures alive, and some even risked their lives to rebel against those who enslaved them. The colonies became the United States in 1776, but it was almost a century before the owning of slaves became illegal. Learning about the lives of African people who were brought to North America helps in understanding this painful and terrible part of U.S. history. It is important, too, to recognize the struggles and achievements of people who were enslaved because of their race for hundreds of years. Why is it important for us to study the history of slavery today?